Hey everybody, it's Sean Astin here, Lord of the Rings actor, Samwise Gamgee. I'm not sure where I should start with this, but I was in a debate with someone about people who own gaming companies, and I got to meet a ton of them with Lord of the Rings. One of them I think was board game company. It was a board game company. It was called Stronghold or something. Stronghold, yeah. So anyhow, there's this Steven who knows nothing about Lord of the Rings, okay? Steven is like, oh, let me tell you about Lord of the Rings. You're like, okay, Steven, what do you got to tell me about Lord of the Rings? Didn't even know what an Ent was. Didn't know about the Light of Elendil. Didn't even know that it was called the Pass of Cahadras, I think, or the Tower of Cirith Ungol. I heard one that I didn't even know, which was, what was the name of the volcano? Stephen would very quickly say, I'm sure. And I just heard this on the podcast from my two Hobbit buddies, with Dom and Billy, Dominic Monaghan and Billy Boyd, who played Merry and Pippin, respectively. Anywhoozleby, in their podcast, they did a quiz for a caller-in type deal. And the question was asked, what's the name of the volcano? And Cahadras, Doom, Barad-dûr, or Minas Tirith. And you just know Steven would be like, duh. Pfft, are you kidding me? It's Mount Doom. That's what I would have said. But no, apparently it's Barad-dûr. Apparently Doom is the mountain, but the actual volcano place where the thing goes in. But anyhow, this isn't a discussion really about how Sean Astin doesn't know anything about Lord of the Rings. That's pretty well understood at this point. This is a story about the pretender to the throne, Mr. Stronghold. Totally would go to Corey Khan if Steven knew anything about Lord of the Rings. Steven, I don't mean to hold your feet to the fire too hard on this, man, but, there comes a time, and there's a reckoning. Corey knows the truth about you and tells everyone. That's how we met. That's how I met Corey. I was at a car wash, and there was a guy standing on the corner with a sandwich board, and his hat said, I am Core. And he was holding a sandwich board that says, Steven knows nothing. And I'm like, damn, that's harsh. So I went up to him. I gave him one of those, hot dogs from the rolling thing in the car wash. I was having it detailed. I had time on my hands. And I was like, Corey, bro, why the animosity towards Steven? And he was like, no, I love Steven. He's awesome. He just, as the sign says, knows nothing. Like, there's a word in Shakespeare, Corey, line of dialogue. Thou doth protesteth too much. How much do you know? Corey Thompson. And Corey was like, try me. We covered everything. We covered graphic novels. We covered early 70s game shows. We covered everything from... he was an expert on the Silmarillion. I'm like, Corey, how does one person know that much about the Silmarillion? And Corey was just like, I read it once and it goes in. So, Steven, I'm not going to hold this against you, bro, but just do a little homework. Just a little homework. Okay? I'll still buy you a pint of ale in the Shire.